Paramount's deal for Warner Brothers Discovery opening up the potential for big changes in sports media. Joining us for more on that is Alex Sherman. He is CNBC sports and media reporter, and man, there is a lot to go over here.
You know, I was thinking about this. Really, the sports part is a microcosm of the larger picture for Paramount, which is a bit of a dichotomy, because on the one hand, David Ellison has said, we are going to invest with this new company. And there's some evidence that he's already investing. Like, they've already, when Paramount and Skydance merged, he very quickly spent $7.7 billion on a big UFC deal, more than $1 billion per year. He has said, in fact, he said it yesterday to our Julia Borstein and David Faber, that he's very willing to pay up for the NFL. You know, and that's going to be a big increase in rights fees. They say they want to make 30 movies a year. Great, big number. At the same time, they also say, okay, we have $6 billion of synergies. This new company, Paramount Warner Brothers, is going to have like $80 billion of debt. That's going to need to be brought down and serviced. So there's going to need to be massive cost cutting and huge investment at the same time. So there's a clash there, and it's going to work itself out in the sports world, I think, because when CBS acquires TNT Sports, assuming that this deal goes through, the TNT strategy since they lost the NBA last year has been to acquire what I would consider to be second-tier sports.
Right. I would too. The
French Open, they did a deal with French Open. They renewed AEW, sort of the smaller wrestling league. They signed up Unrivaled to a deal, the 3-on-3 women's basketball league. They did a deal with NASCAR. These types of sort of second-tier sports deals, the reason that TNT leaned into them is that they lost the NBA, so they needed them. They needed something to prop them up. As part of a larger CBS company and under the huge Paramount umbrella, I'm not sure they need these sports anymore. The distribution calculus becomes much different if now when you're going to negotiate with all these pay TV providers, you have all the CBS sports to lean on. In fact, David Ellison said we could show UFC on TNT. So maybe there's more borrowing there that happens.
You also, when we were just talking off camera, brought up something that he said yesterday about really going after the 800-pound gorilla, which would be the NFL.
Let's listen. Listen to what David Ellison said.
We have a phenomenal relationship with the NFL, and we anticipate that continuing for the foreseeable future. Genuinely, they are one of our most important partners, and we plan for them to stay one of our most important partners, having just delivered a historic season really in partnership with them. And, you know, ongoing negotiations, we're not really in a position where we can comment. I promise we'll share something as soon as we have something to say.
So I would say the NFL is probably going to ask for at least a 50% increase on its next right. And already these companies pay, you know, roughly, call it about $2 billion, depending on which company it is, per year. So if that $2 billion is going to $3 billion, that probably comes at the expense of something. Right. And so what it may come at the expense at is some of these smaller sports rights, where they can say, you know what, we don't need to pay for that. It doesn't really make much sense anymore. We don't need them for distribution anymore. That's one area where we can cut back, because we're going to need to cut back with something here.
Is there a home for all of those smaller sports or second-tier sports?
This parent company, Versant is a home for some of those smaller sports rights. Now, how many of them can Versant afford, I think, to be determined. But we're going to see, Lachlan Murdoch, the Fox CEO, already said it in his most recent earnings call. We are going to see a redistribution of these sports rights. And they're already preparing for it, where they're saying, look, we need to sort of reevaluate which sports are important to us and which ones aren't, because we're going to need this extra money to afford the NFL. And that's by far the most important sport to the broadcast networks.
But are we seeing, when you look at these, what we're now calling the second-tier sports, I hate even describing it that way.
Less expensive.
Less expensive. Are they getting the ratings that make the math work? Because historically, for an NFL or even an NBA, some of them were almost lost leaders to then use. The economics of them, you could argue, didn't work just on their own. They worked because they elevated a network. They allowed you to actually have higher advertising on so many other shows and other parts of the network.
Unrivaled has viewers, though, right?
It does. Well, I mean, yeah, Unrivaled gets,
but I don't know if does it have viewers that are consistently coming back at the level you need.
Does it make sense economically?
Right. It's such a hard question to answer. Like, there's no easy answer to that.
It should be a very easy question. Not for you, but I'm saying it should be an easy question to math out.
Internally, sure, because they have all of the
Yeah.
figures. But the reason it's difficult from the outside looking in is that these products have some value in terms of their weight for distribution among all of the pay TV providers. So any media company gets paid in two ways.
Right.
Advertising against the actual product, and also carriage fees from the pay TV operators out there, Comcast, DirecTV, et cetera. So how valuable is a sport to any of these pay TV operators in determining how much they are going to pay for your network? There's no way from the outside looking in to really know the answer to that.
It moves the needle on whether people are actually
watching. So
the
it's
network.
more or less like, well, what are the ratings? Like, that's where you end back up. So if these the sports that have the better ratings, they're the more valuable. Major League Baseball and National Hockey League, they get about 1 million or 2 million people watching. The NFL gets like 25 million people watching. So that's the disparity we're talking about.
Hockey might be coming up
On the up.
It might be on the up.
Did you see the women's hockey? It's going to be at Madison Square Garden. It's going to packed.
So cool.
Yeah.
Packed in. It usually was in New Jersey. They're called there.
When you win 2 gold medals, that helps.
It does help.